So I like to start movies out, projects out with like a question that I need to try to find an answer to. You know, one was the concept of what does it mean to be African? You know, and like one of the first things I said to Ned, I was like, yo, I gotta go to the continent, you know, because I haven't been yet. I had a feeling that, you know, in trying to ground Wakanda in the real world, the same way that the MCU is grounded in the real world and a lot of your other stories, you know, I would need to kind of get there, you know what I mean, and see it for myself. But I was also interested in this idea, which has been explored in the comics. If Wakanda existed, you know, if somebody told me, hey, yo, Wakanda's been here this whole time,
right?
How would that make me feel?
Like Killmonger.
Yeah, you know, it's just that idea of wait. So this place has been there, but all of these things have been happening, you know, and nothing's been done about it. You know, that's a conflict that becomes very interesting. So the other thing we got into was this idea of am I my brother's keeper? You know, which is the question, you know, or do you even see people as your brother? You know what I mean? Like if you, you know, in this idea of self-preservation and what that means for people who are born outside of those lines. So they got a litany of stuff that we found to be relevant to the time, you know, colonization, borders, identity, the idea and the culture of the African-American versus, you know, existing in direct conflict with the culture of the African. So that's when we started to get into some rich stuff to mind. That's when we started to get exciting.
Female leadership is very prominent. I love the idea of society with so much tradition and so much respect for women.
These female characters are incredibly important to T'Challa and important to the country of Wakanda.
T'Challa's circle is filled with women, and his advisors are also women. The writers put women at the forefront. It's brilliant.
My son, it is your time. I play out one of my dreams to show an African-American woman in this light as the queen, as the mother.
Ramonda is the person that reassures T'Challa that he's ready.
Wakanda forever! Wakanda forever!
Being a mother myself, I understand the relationship, knowing their strength, their weaknesses, trying to support him.
I think that that's a really exciting thing to see as a proud African woman.
She brings a certain gravitas, a certain history to the position. And her relationship with both T'Challa and Shuri felt like a real family.
I'm here with my son, T'Challa.
And one thing that's great about African culture is the clothing that people wear, what people put on their bodies says so much, you know, and we kind of leaning into that heavy.
We wanted to show all the tribes, you know, East Africa, West Africa, North Africa, South Africa. We were able to combine regions of Africa and then mix it in our own way.
We just went through all her references, all my references, and we just talked about the colors that we liked and what traditions that we thought were important to carry on in the film.
Stunt training is so great because you have to learn a way of combat and a way of movement that is really going to look and feel like someone who knows what the heck they're doing. I got you.
We would do stunt training every day with the girls who were playing the Doras. It was tough, it was hard.
We're able to find a beautiful grace in these women and also a ferocity.
Wakanda forever!
Nakia's style of fighting is like by any means necessary.
We're teaching how to throw guys like twice her size. That's it. Now swing. Oh.
So here's a scene that I was incredibly proud of as a director, but you know, it just didn't work inside of the confines of our film. It's a scene between the characters Okoye and Wakabi, and in making the scene, it was the intention for the audience to really realize that Okoye and Wakabi were husband and wife. So they kind of had a confrontation or like argument about where Wakanda was gonna go after T'Challa's death. You know, in the tribal council room. It was a scene with the incredible performances from Denai Guerrera and Daniel Kaluuya, but it just didn't work in the film. But I'm really excited for folks to see it anyway.
Okay.
He was. You didn't seem to have a problem when he was thrown from the force.
It was the king's challenge, he lost.
You wanted him to lose.
He was not fit to lead. T'Challa told me to my face right here that he'll bring Claw back. Did he do it?
He had him. N'Jaka stole him from our
I don't care. Claw stole from us. He murdered my mother and father. 30 years there's been no justice, and T'Challa swore to bring him back. Not take him to the UN, not take him to the CIA, but bring him here to us. Like a real king.
This is what you would have me leave the daughter for. To bring our children into this world where they become conquerors.
Yes. Our children will be leaders of a truly free world. Not just a tiny country where we have to hide everything that makes us great. There will be war and death. But in the end, it will be beautiful. And Wakanda will stand tall.
Wake up, T'Challa. Wake up. My son, it is your time to be king.
Who need a hero? Hero. You need a hero. Look in the mirror. There go your hero. Who on the front lines at ground zero? Hero. Hero.
I now present to you the Black Panther.
My king.
Stop it. Stop it. I am not ready to be without you.
You decide what kind of king you are going to be.
You're a good man with a good heart. And it's hard for a good man to be a king.
One more word, and I will feed you to my children. I'm kidding, we are vegetarians.
Tell me who's gonna see me from myself.
The world took everything away from me, but I'm gonna make sure we're even. I'm gonna burn it all.
He's a monster of our own making. I must right these wrongs.
When Black Panther fights for Wakanda, I will be right there.
Wakanda forever! I am your king now!
What happens now determines what happens to the rest of the world.